I didn't know what I was going to do. I was so discouraged and I was frustrated because I don't live in an area where I have easy access to homeschool curriculum. Basically, any physical curriculum that I have is stuff that's been given to me, and mainly by missionary families who are serving in this area. And I just didn't know what I was going to do. And so, but I did come up with a solution. I found a way to make it work. So if you would like to know what our winter update is, and it's a huge update, y'all, it is, this semester is looking nothing like anything I have done before. So if you want to find out what we're doing, if you want to get that update, so just stay tuned. So welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. If you're one of my regular listeners, I just want to say thank you so much. You are literally the best. My channel is continuing to grow little by little, and it is so much fun. I'm having so much fun doing these videos and collaborating, and I am collaborating today. This is the winter homeschool update, and so I'm going to be giving you an update on what we are doing in this next semester. But this is a collaboration with Valerie from My Homeschool Castle. And so you definitely will want to go check out her channel. You'll want to follow her. Her link is in the description box below, along with a playlist for this collaboration. Now, here's the thing. You might be saying to yourself, I don't know any of these ladies. Like, why would I want an update in their homeschool? Here is why. Because we know what we know, and what we don't know, we don't know. Did I confuse you? I didn't confuse myself, because I know what I'm saying. Really good thing that I know what I'm saying. So here's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that we know the methods that we know. And oftentimes we, even when we think outside of the box, it is still within a very close proximity to the box, because we've not been enlightened to other ideas. And so following other homeschool moms here on YouTube, and maybe even homeschool moms that you never thought that you would really connect with before, that can open up a whole new world of ideas for you. And so doing this homeschool update, listening to other homeschool moms maybe that you've never followed before, and you think to yourself, that's not probably a mom I would sit at a table and drink coffee with. You know, when you hear them say, this thing wasn't really working for us, and so we decided to change, and maybe you're thinking to yourself, gee, that's not really working for us either. And I've tried everything and I don't know what's going to work. Well, listening to her talk about new things that they're trying may actually give you ideas that you never really considered before. And so that's why I am really enjoying connecting with the homeschool community here on YouTube, because I am connecting with other moms that maybe I wouldn't necessarily gravitate towards, but I'm discovering that their out of the box ideas are way outside of my realm of thinking and ideas and creativity. And, you know, I hope maybe that it's the same way from me to them. Definitely go check out that playlist, because it may give you some new inspiration. Maybe it will give you inspiration into something that you didn't even realize you needed inspiration for. Now on to our homeschool update. So let me give you a little bit, I have to backtrack a little bit. I hope this video is not going to be too long. I'm going to backtrack a little bit and just say that I based our homeschool plan for this year on last year's success. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, if something's going for you, if something's working, you don't want to fix what's not broken. And because last year I felt was so successful, and I ended last year for the very first time since I began homeschooling, feeling like I really knew what I was doing, feeling super confident as a homeschool mom, and it really didn't take a full month into this year to completely pull the rug out from under me. I first realized, my son came to me and told me that he hated his English, that he really, really hated it. We were using Rod and Staff, and I really liked Rod and Staff. He seemed to really connect with it last year. He really wasn't connecting with it this year. There's too much rote work for him, and it was super demotivating and discouraging to him. That is not a diss on Rod and Staff. I still like Rod and Staff. I would still prefer my kids do Rod and Staff, but they're not connecting with it. Just because I connect with it does not mean they're going to connect with it. And so he was not connecting with it at all. He was frustrated. So because of where I live, and I don't have unlimited access to homeschool materials, I did the only other thing that I knew to do, and that was to put him into Easy Peasy English. If you've never checked out Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschooling, it is a free online curriculum where, it is literally 100% free. It provides a lot of online video games that they can play with, learning games and activities and art. It has just all kinds of elective subjects and everything, and it's all completely free. And so even the books, even their reading program, it's all completely free. And so I moved him to Easy Peasy English, and he connected with that immediately. He really, really enjoyed it. So fast forward to the beginning of December, and we put all of our subjects away, and we decided to do Gather Around Christmas Around the World unit study, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it. They loved the cooking. They loved the activities. They loved learning about different cultures. They loved the different languages. They just loved everything about it, and they didn't want to do anything else. And so I did let them know that their mini units are not, completely a reflection on their other homeschooling materials. But B, everything is so much funner at Christmas. And so, but I got to thinking, if they're not connecting with what we are doing, with the other things that we're doing, maybe we need to make a bigger change. And so I got to looking at Easy Peasy, and I saw that I could move the rest of our subjects parallel over to what their level should be. And so I sat down and I asked them, are you enjoying our science? No. Are you enjoying our history? No, it's boring. But I saw, we can do exactly the same things with Easy Peasy on the same timeline. It is just amazing. And so what I love about this is that then we can bring in the Easy Peasy art, the Easy Peasy music history, and it all fits together, because really that's how that curriculum is built. That they're reading, it fits right along with what they're learning for either science or history. Their art connects with that. Their music history connects with that. It's all comprehensive. So it all fits together like a perfect puzzle. And so I thought, oh, this is just wonderful. So that is what we started this week. We started in with Easy Peasy, just doing that apart from the math. Now the math, we do Math UC. My kids love it. It's their favorite subject. We are not touching that. It's working. It really matches their personality to achieve one math challenge at a time, instead of mixing in a bunch of different things in a year. So we're sticking with Math UC, but everything else we've shifted over to Easy Peasy, and they are really, really enjoying it, and I am so happy. So is that going to continue to work for next year? I don't know. One thing that I realized that we could do, because we were able to just shift everything over in a parallel way, I can still borrow from the story of the world. So if I see that there's an exciting story that I feel like they're going to connect with, we'll just grab it and we'll read it as extra reading. The same way with Answers in Genesis. If there is, because they have always their special features in there about a scientist or a special animal that doesn't get talked a lot about and stuff like that, we can grab that and we can read that and we can study that And so those curriculums that we had been using up until now, they can really serve more as supplemental materials instead of being the main course. And so that is the big shift, the big change that we are doing. That is the update. Now, in previous videos, I talked about how that we are shifting to being a year-round homeschool family because of the heat during the summer and the high humidity, which really pushes the heat index up. It really isn't good or wise for children to be out playing unlimited during the summer, because the potential for heat stroke and dehydration there's just a high potential for that. So and in the evenings, the big bummer is that because of the high humidity, we also have a lot of mosquitoes. It is maddening. And so being out in the evening isn't always that much fun either, because you just get from head to toe. And, we do all the things, and it just doesn't always help. So we have decided to take more time off during the spring and early summer before we really hit that sort of unpleasant summer season. And that gives our kids a lot more time. It gives us more options. We tend to get a late winter. We usually start back to school and then we get the snowfall, which is really disappointing, because our kids are like, man, we were just off school for 3 whole weeks and it was like spring. And then once we start back to school, it just like, bam, winter and snow and everything. And so being a year-round homeschooling family, not having to worry about ending our school year at a certain time. We end when we end, and we take a couple weeks off, and then we start back into a new school year whenever that happens. And having that flexibility gives us the opportunity to say, we got a giant snowfall, go outside and play and build a snowman. Or it's beautiful outside, it's not too hot and there aren't any bugs. Go outside and ride your bikes and just have fun, And it gives us that flexibility. When my husband gets an unexpected vacation, it's a vacation for the whole family. We're putting everything away. We're going to go do something fun as a family. My husband tends to work 6 to 7 days a week. So when he's here, we want to be here with him. And that flexibility of just removing that end date and just saying we'll be done when we're done, and then we'll pick up where we left off after 2 to 3 weeks, that allows us to just really relax and not feel pressure and not feel that stress, and just it takes all of that pressure off. And so I really nailed down over the winter holidays, I nailed down the details about how we are going to be doing our year-round homeschooling. And because you do have to have a plan. You can't just go in and just kind of wing it. And so I was able to sit down and make out those details and set out that really well-laid plan. And so those are the 2 big updates that we have. They're giant, they're huge, they're absolutely massive. Moving everything over to Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschooling. The link for that I'll put in the description below if you'd like to check that out. I will say just one more thing is that what gave me the confidence to move my kids over to Easy Peasy was this. I had been using some Easy Peasy subjects from the very beginning when I first began homeschooling our youngest son. And, of course, one of the things I did was I joined a Facebook group for Easy Peasy. And in that group, you have new moms coming in and they're just like, oh, it just sounds too good to be true. It's all completely free. And, does it really work? It seems to be too easy because it's Easy Peasy. It's called Easy Peasy for a reason. It is easy. And so they were feeling a little bit insecure about how easy it is and how short the school days are. But then you have moms chiming in, and it's not just one or two. I mean, it's just one after another, after another, after another, saying, we've used Easy Peasy from kindergarten, and our children have graduated high school. They tested very, very well. Many of them above average on their standardized testing. They were able to enroll without any problems in college, university. And like I said, it wasn't just one or two moms that were saying this. It was multiple parents who were testifying that they used Easy Peasy with no supplemental materials, and they had had amazing success, that their children, not only some of them came home, you know, from being enrolled in school from early elementary, woefully behind, and not only caught up, but then they were able to actually go on and, you know, in their high school years, you know, do the standardized testing and test it above average for their grade. And so that really gave me that confidence to say, first of all, it's not too good to be true. It does work, and it's worked for so many families. It will work for my children. Especially if they're enjoying it. You know, to be really honest, as a homeschool mom, it's not my job to teach my children everything. It's my job to teach my children how to learn well. Because if they learn well, and if they know how to go out and to discover information, if they know how to go out and grab the materials that they need to be able to teach themselves, they will be lifelong students. They will be successful, and any holes that they have in their education, they will be able to fill without a hitch. And so I feel like switching over to the Easy Peasy, shortening our school days, giving us an opportunity to research together, to discover things together, for me to be able to help invest in them, that wonderful quality of being able to discover new things on your own and to be able to teach yourself, that freedom, that not having to be tied to worksheet after worksheet and problem after problem, but being able to sort of liberate ourselves to go out and just discover new things. I think is going to be the best gift that I can give my children starting this semester and to the end of the school year. So I hope that that gave you some inspiration. I hope that it gave you some encouragement. And be sure to also check out all of those links in the description below. Don't neglect that playlist. I think that's going to really help you out. I know I'm going to be eating that up. I'm going to be enjoying connecting with these other homeschool moms that are going to be chiming in with their winter homeschool update as well. If you like this video, be sure to give it that thumbs up. That really helps YouTube to want to push my stuff out to more people. Also, just, you know, be sure to subscribe if this is content that you are really enjoying, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.